people out there, thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm going to get right into this tutorial. So I already went ahead and primed my face. I used the Maybelline Master Prime Primer. And now I'm using my favorite foundation at the moment. It's the Maybelline Superstay. My shade is 120 Classic Ivory. I love this foundation. If you've seen any of my other videos, this is one that I use on a consistent basis throughout the week. It's full coverage, it goes on smooth. I always apply it with my damp beauty blender. I don't have the world's perfect skin by any means, but I feel like this really blends out super nicely and gives me a nice flawless finish. And it's like under $15, so hello. So next up for concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the shade Fair. So next up for bronzer, I'm using one of my favorites. This is another drugstore item. This is the Physicians Formula bronzer in the shade Light. I love these bronzers because they have a little bit of shimmer in them too, so it just gives you like a really nice, warm, glowy look to your skin. And if you watch my videos, you'll see I love my bronzer. I lay it on thick and heavy and I love it. So now I'm going to do a little bit of contouring using my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. And I'm just going to chisel out my cheekbones a little bit more. So next up for blush, I'm using this one from Hikari in the shade Tango. I love this blush. It's super pigmented. You only need a little tiny bit. And also, I've had this blush for like probably 2 years and it's just lasted like a really long time. Definitely worth the money. I'll put the link below. Then for setting powder, I'm using my Too Faced setting powder, one I usually always use, and just gonna do a little bit of bacon on the side there. So now I'm just covering up some beauty blemishes, I guess you call them. They're straight up moles, people. That's what they are. But they're raised, so I feel like my foundation, with it over that, it kind of just looks like a zit. So I just put some eyeliner over it and make them stand out, and I think it looks nice. So I'm dusting this off, and I usually like to go back in a little bit with a little bit more bronzer just to get rid of that line, because sometimes it's a little too harsh and it looks a little nutty. So just like to blend it out a little bit. And And then I'm going to set all of this down with my Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. And bam, now I have eyebrows. If you're interested in how I do my eyebrows, I will leave the link below. I am priming my lids with the NYX HD primer, my go-to primer, the only primer I use for my eyelids. So just patting that in, and then I'm just going to take my brush that I used to set my face with, and I'm just going to dust a little bit of the remaining setting powder and just set this down. So next up, this is my absolute favorite. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit. I love this palette so freaking much. This palette got good reviews online. I did my research before I bought it because I am on a budget, so when I buy something, I definitely want to get my money's worth, and this was definitely it. So I'm going in with the shade Butterscotch, which is kind of a gold shade. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Marshmallow and put that over it as well, just to make it really blinding. So for shadow today, I'm starting with my NYX Warm Neutrals palette, and I'm just taking this really warm brown and blending this out in my crease. So now I'm going into my NYX Brights palette, and I'm just taking this red shade, and I just want to apply this in the crease as well and just kind of warm up that brown shade a bit. So now back into my Warm Neutrals palette, I'm picking up this deeper brown shade, and I'm going to be applying this on the outer corner and inner corner of my eye. So now I'm just grabbing a clean crease brush, and I'm just going to blend all this together so there's no harsh lines. Next up, I'm going to be using the color Sleek from my Nude palette from the Balm, and I'm just going to be applying this to those same inner and outer corners. So once everything's blended out, I'm going to pop on some liner. This one's by NYX. It's their Slide On Glide On liner. This is one of my favorites, and again, it's drugstore, so it's affordable. And then I'm just going to go in with a smaller brush, and I'm just going to smoke this out. So now I'm going to be using the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art. This is in the shade 100 Topaz Twinkle. Such a cute name. So I'm applying the gold first. And these are, again, drugstore, so super affordable, and they have a ton of awesome shades. I've used quite a few of them. So now with that same brush that I used to apply the brown, I'm just going to gently blend out the edges. If you're going to try this at home, don't worry, you don't have to go crazy blending this step because we are going to put the sparkles over it, so it does kind of cover up, you know, any areas where you maybe could have blended a little bit more, so don't worry. Ooh, glitter! So I'm just going to pop a little bit of this glitter right over that gold. And definitely give this a good minute to dry, or else you're going to open your eyes and smudge it all up. So I've popped my lashes on, and now I'm just going to finish this look up using the CoverGirl Melting Pout Matte in the shade Current Nude. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see in the future. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.